Aries, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each individual card. So, here we are. Woo! Aries, you looking for a fight? Why am I not surprised? Aries, you guys never disappoint with these readings. So here's you playing King of the Hill and recognizing that you have the advantage in this conflict. You are very, very defensive, but you feel like what you are defending is worth it. So you will spend the time and energy to defend it, okay? And you feel like you have the upper hand. Like I said, it's almost like King of the Hill. Like you have that higher ground, and it's easier for you to defend yourself against all of these people, okay? Well, what are you defending against? You're defending against this tit for tat kind of energy, this conflict or clashing of ideas. And again, you feel like I'm going to win. So it's like you're going into battle with all the confidence in the world. You're walking in just like an Aries does, like I got this, and don't nobody stand in my way. Like that's how you're feeling right now. Woo! But you fear, yeah, this is an inverse. You fear that it won't be you going head on into battle, like it will be the battle coming to you, and that you may not be ready for it. It's like in your head, you've practiced this argument over and over. And you're like, oh, well, if they say this, I'm going to say that. If they say this, I'm going to say that. If they say this, I'm going to say that. But if they come up with something you didn't think about, or if they come to you in a moment of distraction, you feel that you won't be ready to reciprocate with all the confidence that it is that you're hoping for. So please keep in mind, when I talk about hopes and I talk about fears, this is all your perception of the situation. And we have to balance our hopes with our fears in order to navigate. So you are hoping to have the upper hand in this situation, but you fear that when it comes to you, you're just not going to be ready to reciprocate the same energy that comes to you. So it's almost like you're confident to a point. Does that make sense? You have X amount of confidence and X amount of doubt, and you're trying to strike that balance in between. The reality of the situation is you've actually gotten down to the truth of the matter. It seems to me like you are more well researched than this energy, this person, or this persons that you're going to have this conflict with. Okay? You have a bird's eye view that they don't have. But you recognize that having this bird's eye view doesn't necessarily give you the advantage, because it has you very much focused on all of the things that went wrong, that you don't see the opportunity to make things right. So the truth that you have and what you've researched is all the ways this didn't work out in the past. What you're lacking is the creative mindset to see how things could work out in the future. So if somebody comes to you and says, all right, what's the problem? You're going to let them know what all the problems are and all the things that haven't worked out. That's where that confidence comes from. But if they come to you and they say, what's the solution? You don't have the solution. So that's where your fear comes from. The reality of the situation is all you've done is analyzed what's happened. You cannot project. You don't have that mind's eye to project what the solutions should be just yet. Oof, and that hurts. I mean, this literally just fell out of the deck. It causes you, the fact that you don't have the solution, it makes you very distraught, you know? The truth of the matter is, okay, like I said, not having the solution is very frustrating for you. That's what I'm getting from this. It's a lot of frustration. It's a lot of, it really, really hurts not to have the solution. But You recognize that continuing to research the past is not the way to move forward. You really do need to collaborate with somebody to kind of get to a solution, because all the confidence you have is just analyzing the problem over and over and over again. So, what I would say is, I wouldn't hope to come into this with conflict. I would hope to come into this with constructive criticism and collaboration. Okay? So, although it might be a good idea to share your truths, to share the knowledge that you collected of how things got the way they were and the things that went wrong, like, it's almost like you know what not to do, but you don't know what to do to make it work. So now you have to take your knowledge of what not to do and you have to collaborate with somebody else who might have a vision of what to do, and you guys need to come to a compromise. That's the way out of this. Because if you come in with your hope is just to be defensive and just to spit facts, that's still not a solution to the problem, Aries. All you've done is analyze the problem. You have not come to any decisions in regards to a solution. So don't come at people super defensive, because you may never get to your solution. Try to reframe what you're doing and what you're saying to be a little bit more constructive, a little bit more collaborative, and see what some of these solutions are. And if some of their solutions has research where you already have information of how not to do, and you can be like, oh no, we already tried that, let's look at something different. Oh no, we already tried that, here's what went wrong, let's look at something different. So how you come to the table is going to make all the difference in how you reach the solution. I know I took you on a long and confusing journey, but I really hope that I gave you some messages to serve your highest good. Take some time, go within, and repackage your communication style to be collaborative rather than combative. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next week, Aries.